we're going to be talking about Joker and James Gunn again. And it's James Gunn's enigmatic message triggers fresh speculation about DC's upcoming Joker. Now, leading the charge as the initial entry in Chapter 1, Superman Legacy sets the stage, as we just talked about. Simultaneously, a fresh iteration of Batman is on the horizon, delving once more into Bruce Wayne's legend to fuel the forthcoming franchise. And despite the film's distant horizon, fans are vigilant of Gunn's social media presence, where he intermittently drops enticing hints about his upcoming DC Universe ventures. Now, this is coming in from Screen Rant, where we picked this information up, John, although it is in Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now, James Gunn. And before I clicked on that link, I knew it was going to be The Man Who Laughs related. And I just knew it was. I don't know why. I just sensed it. I went, I bet it's something to do with this film from 1928. And it was. And he's...
Something really spooky and
it's the last picture. It's the people would probably say the first picture. The last one for me.
That one for me there, Stephen, on the right, he's just got a shiny head and he's looking absolutely haunting. I'm going to bring it up briefly. That there is fucking haunting. Jesus, that is nightmare fuel. That's Tim Curry's fucking Pennywise level. Man. It's almost like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
It is utterly horrifying.
Yeah, John, this is what I like about Joker, though.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. That one there, that freaks me out.
It's really unnerving, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can see how this film inspired the character, John. That's where I want to see them go. This is where I want to see them go with the next Joker, which is going to be ages away. The film's obviously, I'm blanking on the director's name that did the first Joker film.
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
Todd
Phillips.
Todd Phillips, yeah.
Once he's done his second film, I don't think there'll be a third film. I can't see Joaquin Phoenix doing a third film.
No.
This will be long after that, and Matt Reeves' stuff will probably be out of the way as well by that point, I think, and we can move on to another Joker film. I know they're talking about Batman Origins again. How do you feel about that, John?
Batman Origins? Stephen, I'm up for that because Matt Reeves is doing something completely different with his trilogy of Robert Pattinson Batman stories, movies, if you'd like. And this is an interconnected universe. He's laid that down from day dot. James Gunn and also Peter Safran. They've laid out the first stage. I think it's this Gods and Monsters thing. And then it's going to be animated stuff. They've already got the initial stage in place. It encompasses Superman Legacy and this Batman Origins movie. So I've got no issues with them kickstarting different iterations of the characters for his universe.
Yeah.
And there's no confusion. Everyone with a brain will realise that Matt Reeves' story is Matt Reeves' story, and the new Batman's the new Batman in this interconnected universe. And obviously, Stephen, we've seen that the audience has got a degree of, don't want to be patronising here, but intelligence when it comes to being receptive to multiple Batman characters, because we've had Michael Keaton Batman, Ben Affleck, Pattinson's movie. There is multiple iterations all happening, existing at the same time, and there's no confusion. So no, I'm all for it, Stephen. Again, if we're getting a Joker, maybe a standalone Joker fucking movie, just connecting it all together and seeing all these characters, it could potentially be absolutely epic, Stephen.
Yeah.
Absolutely epic. Superman and Batman existing in the same universe as perhaps, you could have an unbelievable ensemble movie where it's like a gallery of villains coming up against heroes. It'd be fucking amazing if it's done right.
As much as
it's unreal.
As much as Joaquin has done an excellent portrayal of the character, there is something still light about the character, although he did some hideous things. When you look at the pictures from The Man Who Laughs and the sort of tone that you're looking at, this is what I want from a Joker film. I want something terrifying that's going to frighten me. I don't know how dark James Gunn will go in terms of ratings with his iterations of these characters in this universe as well. It will be very interesting to see tonally where he's going to go, and that tone will have to be across the board, I imagine. But in terms of the Joker, would you like to see the Joker film come first before you see a Batman film?
I'm not fussed. I'd probably prefer Batman because you're setting up the heroic characters and then you can bring in, obviously, the Joker movie and you know the parameters of the world at that point, where the heroes are. You can bring the villain into this world and he can play with them. Because you've seen that with, obviously, Christopher Nolan. We've seen Batman established, that version of Gotham established. And then the notion that Joker can come in and toy with all the villains and the sort of hoodlums and gangsters in Gotham and say, things have changed since the Batman came about.
Yeah.
I know why you have your little group therapy sessions in the daylight. He can then come in and manipulate things once you've got the parameters of the universe set in stone. So I'd probably prefer Superman, Batman, and then we go for sort of traditional villains coming in. What is my dog doing, man? Apart from
Going
being a
to town,
pain in the arse.
Yeah.
See, I love that, the Batman Who Laughs. I'm sure that's the one where he decapitates Joker and he walks about with his decapitated head. That is absolutely fucking insane, isn't it? I think they've done a figurine of that.
Yeah.
And it was just unbelievable. Look at that.
Yeah.
So good.
The artwork is phenomenal, John.
It is.
Yeah.
In terms of who could play it, Steve, that's a whole other ballgame, isn't it, man? Who could play Joker? I mean, again, if this is your inspiration.
Most people go for people that look like him, but you don't really have to go that way.
No.
I mean, you know, Heath Ledger, he would not bet in a million years before he was announced that he was up for that role. But that's the way I like it. I like someone that can come in and shake things up. I mean, when Jack Nicholson was appointed, the role for the 89 film, Tim Burton one, it kind of made sense. I don't think he's going to need a lot of makeup because he kind of does look like he's got a manic stare about him anyway. He's got the same hairline. You'll not have to do it. They obviously did touch him up and put sort of pins in his mouth, but there wasn't much they had to do. They knew they were going to get a performance out of the legend that is. But as long as the person comes in, does something and adds their own thing to it. But I want to see someone tall. I want to see someone thin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because that's what the character is, Steve. He's like 6'2" or something in the comics, and he's very, very thin, as you said. So, I mean, I don't know who you could get in.
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, probably Nicholas Hoult, and he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Not quite the hairline of your man in that, but I mean, there's just so much scope for that character. He's such an iconic villain.
Your Skarsgård.
Skarsgård, yeah. Well, any of the Skarsgårds really could come in. I mean, you've got the one that played Tarzan. Is he a Skarsgård? Yeah, the Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He's probably even taller again than Bill.
Alexander? Is that?
Alexander.
Yeah.
Is he a Skarsgård?
Yeah.
I'm going to search him up. Alexander.
Yeah, I think he's related to them.
There you go. Yeah, there's two brothers, isn't there? And then three brothers.
Yeah, Gustav, Bill,
and then also Stellan.
Walter.
He's 6 foot 3.5.
Yeah,
6'4".
He doesn't look like the other ones though. I don't know what it is. He's got a kind of different look about him.
Yeah, he is. He's the tallest.
And obviously you've got Stellan as well, but he's a bit old to be playing the Joker now, I think.
Yeah, he is, which is a shame because he's epic. But Steve, I think he'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Bill's obviously played a lot of villains. He's played villainous sort of human characters with tragic histories. Not really seen that from Alexander, from what I can remember. I think he was in the Robert Eggers movie, The Northman.
John, you talk about Robert Eggers, The Northman. There's your man there right away for the Joker. Well,
he's getting on though. We need to make a move if we're going to have him because he's in his 60s now, late 60s at that. I think mid to late 60s. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's the obvious choice, isn't he? He's just manic. He's an incredible fucking actor, and you've seen it. Even playing like the black and white, if you were to go down that stylistic route.
Yeah.
You like my lobsters though, don't you, Winslow? Say it. Hark, with Slytherin's tentacle tail.
He's got some delivery about him, you know, and he's certainly, as you say, maybe if he's maybe about 10 years younger, then it would be, I think, more realistic. But there's nothing to say that he can't play the character, you know.
Well, I mean, that iteration we're looking at is quite old, like.
Yeah, well,
quite liney.
Those days, people did look a lot older than they were.
It was that soap they were using.
Yeah, carbolic.
Yeah, carbolic soap. It just staged them terribly. Right up to the 60s. It was a post put in that Beatles group that we're in, talking about John Lennon and all of them, how they were much older looking in their age.
Yeah,
which is not technically true. They were wearing facial hair that aged them.
Yeah.
When you look at Macca when he shaved his beard off, he looked in his 20s.
Yeah.
But they definitely, they looked older than what I look even now, and they were younger than me. So there's something in the water back then.
Yeah.
I don't know how old this guy is. Maybe fucking 50.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
don't
but
know who he is.
it's always those images have always disturbed me though. And you go back to
Brad Pitt.
Cesar Romero from the '60s Batman.
Yeah.
He is inspired that like, the look of his characters is obviously inspired from is it the Conrad Veidt?
Conrad Veidt, yeah.
One, you know, and even that portrayal of the Joker was quite for a kid. It's pretty scary. I think
he's 35.
35. Yeah, there you are.
Holy fuck!
Yep. Almost
That is one
your
old,
age, John. Yeah.
a year older than me.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, he looks old.
I don't want to see his images again. It's
They're
like
like AI images.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine doing an AI Conrad Veidt
Yeah.
Joker.
Oh, no,
What
not,
horrors would it conjure up?
we'll not go there. But
No, we shan't.
yeah. I'm going to move on, John, unless you've got
Yes.
anything else you want to say about
No,
Joker and
no,
the
it's-
rumours. But I mean, James Gunn's kind of laying it on thick here, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's coming.
Yeah.
I love the backstory, Stephen, incidentally, that he's given there. I read it briefly. I'm going to bring it back up again. Just the fact there's this fictional group of people,
Yeah.
the Comprachicos, who reshaped the physical appearance of children like a pruner with a bonsai tree. And that's the sort of the backstory for this version of Joker. He's actually been like, abused and physically, I mean, altered by this group of people. And they've almost created a psychopath. I mean, it's already there,
Yeah,
psychopath.
yeah.
I always laugh, by the way, at psychopath, because I mean, I search personality types up from time to time. Mine's is ENTP, incidentally. And they say the character Joker is an ENTP. So I can't call him a psychopath because he actually shares the same fucking personality as me. That's concerning. That freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
It worries me.
Yeah,
How
well.
can he be a fucking ENTP? Man's a fucking lunatic. A lunatic.
John, we're going to shift ourselves over to the
Yes.
other side of the world for our last
Sure.
topic.